we are an architecture and interior designing firm. Comes back from close to about 18 years. My father was into just pure interior designing. I did architecture, and we have both separate sections of architecture and interior designing. The dedicated staff for both the segments. And what we are is a young architectural team which works pan-India. A few projects abroad as well. Well, he's a client whom we worked with other commercial projects before. He's a builder himself. He's second generation of builder, and he and his family had been staying in a bigger apartment and wanted to move into a bungalow. So it's essentially his parents, the client, and his daughter. So that's the basic family that we had to look into while designing this whole thing. His basic constraints were to follow Vastu, and he had various Vastu consultants throughout the project, which also was a kind of challenge to meet. Well, the site is located off SG Highway. SG Highway is one of the major areas of growing Ahmedabad in the western zone. The site is located in a posh locality near Sindhu Bhavan, which is another area, and the bungalow is a part of the community housing different bungalows of various sizes. This plot area being close to about 1500 square yards, with a north entry from here and the north on the other side. So the bungalow was essentially a part where you enter from south to north, which was a challenge to also cater to the Vastu compliance. Well, the house is a part of a squarish plot. The house being rectangular, I will just go through the ground floor first, which has got the puja and the essential Vastu compliance in the northeast area of the house. The unique double height staircase, which was breaking up the monotony of the rectangular form, was housed in the center, having a view into a double height space, which was their informal living area, opening into the garden space at the ground floor level. The first floor, based with the Vastu issues, again was divided into three zones. One, the double height informal living, the staircase housing the off-center part, and the spaces were divided into two zones again further up, one being the space for the elderly parents or the elderly group, and the other one being the younger generation with their kids' room. Both of these looking into the double height common area, which was their informal space. Floor above was mainly dedicated to their friends and family, with the staircase opening into a central space, which was their lounge, opening into landscaped terrace spaces on both the sides, which was a buffer to spill over when there were bigger gatherings. The elevation of the building is contemporary modern, and obviously when you approach the house, the first thing that you see is a onyx granite clad compound wall. I mean, very few people would use onyx as a part of a compound wall. He being the builder and adding a glamour to it, we had a combination of granite and onyx onto it. Obviously, when you divide the elevation in a zone, there's glass facade on top and bottom, which is the double height space that is very prominent, cladded around with river finish Italian marble. And otherwise, the house is quite simple, with the terrace landscaped on top, and these in the services coming in the center. So it's a simple modern elevation. It's a little bit of glamour is given into it with the use of materials which are cladded, and obviously with Vastu, the lights and the science of orientation of the functionality was taken care of. The overall material palette generally consisted of marble, wood, glass, and granite. Just the upper recreational floor and the lounge was broken away with river finish granite and exposed bricks to break the synergy of what was being done throughout the house. All the other spaces had a touch of earthy colors rather than anything else to complement the usage of marble and things that we used. So it was correlating to the materials being used in terms of color format as well. The upper floor, again being the lounge, was more warm and had usage of darker colors.